What's up, guys? It's Ken Arnold fishing again. This one's gonna be kind of weird. For the past 2 years, I've fished on and off as a co-angler. I wasn't the greatest co-angler in the world. I have issues catching fish behind other people, and I especially have issues fishing behind people whenever I know where there's fish and the boater isn't going there. That's what being a co-angler is. That's what happens. My hair's messed up. Anyway. So, I'm going to be doing this a little bit tomorrow. I did not plan on doing this, and I was with my girlfriend's dad, and he's like, dude, I'm going out on a boat tomorrow. You gotta come with me, man. And I'm like, no, I wasn't really invited. He's like, no, man, you can come. Let's go. I got something to prove here. I'm like, I don't know what you got to prove, buddy, but I don't even know how to catch a fish. I've never caught a fish in my life. Yeah, so I've got to put together some stuff that I can catch fish on. I'm not being cocky, but catching some fish in front of people I don't know would be kind of nice. So I want to show you guys what I like to fish with in the back of the boat, because fishing the back of the boat and the front of the boat can be kind of different, but there's still some of the same aspects. So let's go run to the desk. I'm going to put my stuff together and I'll show you guys how we're gonna go about this, because it's been a while since I've been in the back seat. First things first, whenever you're fishing as a co-angler, one of the things that I like to do is talk to your boater and see what kind of cover, structure, whatever you're gonna be fishing, and then ask them, what are they gonna be doing, so you have something in mind that's a little bit different. Usually, boaters and such, a lot of times are using, fast moving stuff. They're trying to get that reaction bite, get a sack of fish, and then a lot of them slow down and then go for some kicker fish. Now, in my case, this is kind of weird. I've never fished with these guys before, but I know, I've been told, they haven't told me, but a guy that fishes with them a lot has told me that they like to start off slow, tossing shaky heads and whatever, all that fun stuff. So that kind of backfires on me a little bit. My plan is to keep it pretty finesse, throw around a Ned rig, stuff like that. But I am going to keep a crankbait tied on, a little square bill. We're going to be fishing. I don't really know where we're going to be fishing. I have a feeling we're going to start off kind of shallow. I have a feeling we'll probably stay shallow all day, especially since the fish are on beds. So I'm going to reline my stuff, put on my Bushido line, tie up a couple different things. I'm going to have a spinning rod. You never see me throw a spinning rod. In my bluegill videos, the only time I've ever actually thrown a spinning rod. So this is going to be kind of interesting, because you don't see me do this very often at all. Wow, it's dark in here, but I installed this handy dandy rod rack in my room, and it looks like the bottom piece came out. But I gotta find a rod that I can throw that I'm comfortable with as a co-angler. I'm thinking 7/6 heavy spinning rod, and maybe one of these 6/6s. I don't know. I've got a 7-foot medium, and those 6/6s are mediums too. So 7/6, and then the spinning rod. That's what we're gonna go with. All right, so I've decided upon my rods. I'm bringing 4. Let's see, spinning rod 6/6 medium. That one right there is a 7/6 heavy. And that one next to it is what is that one? That one is a 7 foot, I think it's 7 foot even, medium. And then the one to the far right is a 7'4" heavy. And we'll go to the desk and talk about what all of these are for. I've got to put, cat, stop. I've got to put line on some reels. I got my 2 reels down there. Oh my god. No. Cat. No. Anyway, so I gotta respool, figure out what I'm gonna be throwing, and all that, and we'll be ready to go, because I gotta get up in like 3 hours and go. Oh my god, cat. Gotta get up in 3 hours. Alright guys, after like an hour of screwing around, I finally figured out what it is I'm gonna throw tomorrow. This is subject to change. I don't know what I'm gonna be fishing yet, and I don't know how I'm gonna be fishing. But I put on 3 lures that I feel pretty confident in catching fish out of the back of the boat with. I had I had 4 rods, and I broke it down to 3. I don't feel like I'm going to need 2 heavy rods, so I kept the 7.4, tossed the 7.6, and then I kept the spinning rod and then the 7-foot medium. So let's go over this really quick. So the first rod, this is the 7-foot medium. I have a Strike King weight bait on the back. This thing goes down to like 3 feet, I think. It's in chartreuse color. This might get switched up. I might actually use like a weightless worm on this rod. Maybe a bigger square bill or a moderate diving crankbait, depending on what we're in. I throw Ned rigs on this too, and other light stuff because it's good about that. The reel is a cranking reel. It's a 5-to-1 gear ratio reel, and it has 12-pound Bushido fluorocarbon, which is very important whenever you're throwing baits that aren't on top of the water, because fluorocarbon sinks. So that's this is like my in-between. It's not, my meat stick. It's a finesse type of deal, but it isn't finesse fishing. It's fast-paced. It's power fishing. That's what I like to do. And based on what I've been told, that's probably what I'm going to get to do tomorrow, is some power fishing while everybody else is going slow. But if that's not the case, this is what I'm going to go to, right? This is my jig setup. This is a 7'4" heavy rod. I have a 1/2 ounce black and blue football jig on there with some kind of crawfish trailer. It's a Berkley chigger chunk, chigger cross, something like that. It's in like sapphire blue. It's a really bright blue, but it goes good with this color, this dark jig. Heavier line on here, 20-pound, or not 20-pound, I think it's a 16-pound Bushido fluorocarbon. I kind of put away just in case I needed it, and I feel like now's the time that I'm going to need it. 7-to-1 reel to reel up any of the slack that might come with this jig. A lot of our fish right now are on beds, and the water is kind of dingy looking, so I don't know if we're going to be able to exactly see the fish. So we're going to be blind sight fishing. That's why I'm using a jig in this case. Just like everybody else is going to be slowing down. That might be the key, and if it is, I've got something ready for that. But if this is too much, we're going to take it a step farther and use something a little bit smaller. This is a spinning rod. I hate throwing a spinning rod. I really do. I don't like light lining anything. I don't like it whenever you're tossing one, and especially in a tournament situation, whenever you've got a fish on and you're like, oh gosh, it's like a 6-pounder, and it ends up being 2 pounds because it's a little bitty worm, or it's a little bitty fish, not a little bitty worm. However, I'm throwing a little bitty worm, so let's talk about that for a minute. This rod I could actually probably use all day, or at least what's on this rod, and not have to put it down, because we've talked about this already a lot lately, and it's just going to make its comeback again. What I'm talking about is the freaking Ned rig. Yeah, the Ned rig is making another comeback on my channel because it's a fish catcher, and if I've got to prove my worth tomorrow, I feel like this is a good way to do it. So this is just your average, just a little bit heavier Ned rig. I like a heavier head. I've got, I think, 6 or 8 pound line on here. It's a lot lighter, and I feel comfortable with it. Whenever we get below 12-pound test, I get concerned, and this is below 12-pound test. So, and then on this, on the Ned rig is this interesting little worm that a fellow YouTuber, a somewhat big YouTuber that fishes, give me. It's buoyant, and it's hollow on the inside, and it floats, which is really awesome for a Ned rig because it'll just sit there and it'll stand up and down just like that, and you can sit there and twitch it. You can piss off a fish that's on beds, and you can catch the fish, and that's kind of what you're trying to do if they're on beds like this. And I think that's what's going to happen here. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of bed fishing, fish on beds, males, probably a lot of males being caught, or we might not catch a thing because we're going to be in a creek, and creeks are good for bed fishing. I think so. They go back there in the fall. I don't know. I don't remember what they do in the spring. I really don't remember. That's not good. So I don't mean to make this video very boring, but it's mostly tips and stuff. This is really good for a good base for what a co-angler needs, sort of. with my limited knowledge, this is what I've found. Keep your rods, your tackle small. First time I was a co-angler, I brought 6 rods with me, and that was a mistake. Four's good. I'm breaking it down to 3 because I'm confident in what I'm doing. Also, the tackle that you bring, you don't want, what I carry. I've never showed you guys what I carry, but I have a giant box that has like 12 Plano boxes inside. I'm talking 12. It has 12 of these in there. It's a lot of tackle, and it gets in the way a little bit. So that's what I'm gonna be doing tomorrow. I'm gonna take the hat cam with me. We're gonna try to get some fishing video. If not, we don't. So don't exactly be expecting it. But we're gonna try it anyway. So I want to thank you guys for watching this episode of Ken Arnold Fishing. I'm just gonna put my logo right there, and we're gonna call it a day. So thank you guys for watching.